Hello, welcome to Atara Moshe. Today, what I have for you is something unique. It's not a full outfit. You will see the outfit, but it is an article of clothing. This is a new addition that I have added to my wardrobe, and it is one of probably a few other pieces that I plan on adopting into my wardrobe in order to create the ideal sustainable Parisian work wardrobe, right? This wardrobe piece is actually what I'm wearing. It is a, get this or not, it's a male winter coat. This coat is a coat that I have, well, I've been kind of studying for a while. And I've been also trying to figure out how this piece would pretty much add to my wardrobe, what it would do to my aesthetic, and how it would influence me. The reason I have considered this wardrobe piece is because I've always sort of loved the aesthetic of more of a traditional appearance, but I've loved the boxy freedom that more boxy silhouettes have given to women of curvature, right? Women who are a little petite or a little curvy, as well as women that were into more unique aesthetics. Okay, so for me, because of this, given the freedom I wanted to play with my wardrobe while still looking um, serious when the time came, I decided to buy a male, that's right, a male winter coat. Now, this is going to be one of many. Not male winter coats, but boxier silhouettes. I mentioned earlier in my video that I am one of the persons that has a my style, my when I caricatured my aesthetic was classically chic and minimal, right? What that aesthetic really translated to for me was a style that I mentioned before, it was classy, right? And such that it adopted traditional pieces or pieces that almost uh, reflect on historical style innovations, revolutions back in the day, but it also, in addition to that, does something nuanced and such that um, it uh, it opens the door for it's minimal because it doesn't necessarily focus too much on the aesthetic of tradition, right? It doesn't overemphasize too much on color and print, but sometimes it does it in a minimal way, right? Meaning it doesn't necessarily require too many accessories sometimes, or sometimes maybe too many prints, but it's also minimal in that sense, right? But it's chic because it's also very girly at the same time. I found that the aesthetic that probably works best for my caricature, especially now, maybe in this age, is a style that is playful, right? Essentially, it plays more with size and shape. Um, and it's chic at the same time because this silhouette is it is a little playful, right? As you can see, it's pretty much a male blazer, right? When you see me wear, you won't even know. That's the thing that is so amazing about this. But it's also classic because it does symbolize a specific time frame back in the day in history, and I believe it was probably around the time, maybe I mean, war and inviting is because it almost reflects on a specific time in which that specific fashion silhouette was, I mean, it was raging, right? This was a time of Cindy Crawford, right? I remember watching one of her silhouettes, the ties she wore, the shoulders extremely large, but I mean, the silhouette was amazing. It was almost giving, if I'm allowed to, um, I'll just say it, satiate a little bit of my childhood nature here. It's almost giving a Barbie aesthetic, right? I love, as of now, it seems I know that I've been really loving entering into that arena, right? Sort of playing with the silhouette of almost like a um, fantastical feminine caricature, right? But also doing it with more stronger silhouettes, right? And then using more volumed hairstyles to sort of soften the stronger features in the silhouettes that I like to wear. But these are the aesthetics that I found myself, or at least I found myself getting really interested in. So right now, what I'm showing you, or I will be showing you, is a little bit of this oversized blazer. I don't think you can see too much of it, but what I'll try and do is I'll try and show you what it looks like as I sort of present myself to you. I'll see if I can get you the whole length. Um, um, yeah, so yeah, but let me just point out what I'm wearing with this blazer is I mean it's nothing serious. It's one of my basics, one of my simple basics. I think everyone should have probably like something that resembles a uniform, right? So for me, some of my uniforms are sweater dresses, simple. I have one of the many sweater dresses that I am buying, that I own, and I possess in my wardrobe. I do like to wear black a lot more because black fits with everything. This coat is a charcoal color. So it's when I first was about to purchase it, I thought it was a lighter gray. So I had a whole aesthetic for the lighter gray a color scheme, but turns out it's a little bit of a charcoal gray. It's probably even darker than that. When you look at it from appearance, it looks actually like black. But compared to black, it's lighter. That's usually how you can also notice that. But it has what attracted me to this coat is actually the fact that it was double breasted. There are about two, three. There are three buttons down, and there it has these beautiful thick sleeves. I really love that. I also love how huge the shoulders are in comparison to the whole body of the coat. This winter coat is actually heavy. It is a size, I believe it's an LT, which I figured was a large, but in for the longer body structure. Seeing as to how I'm a petite woman, that is a problem. But it's not grazing the floor, but it's big enough for me to, if I were to be very dramatic and want to live in that aesthetic that I've recently found interesting, I could wear it and actually look very amazing or very decent, aesthetic wise, given my aesthetic goals, right? I can look amazing in it. Um, what I have been really finding really amazing about this aesthetic is I get to wear these with jeans. Oh my goodness. I can literally, I've been working, for me, I believe in the value of casual attire. So I have actually found that casual attire for me is still something I want to maintain in my wardrobe. The wardrobe that I have been pursuing creating isn't just a work wardrobe, but it is more so a work as well as a more business casual wardrobe attire, right? That's different from my lounge wear, but this coat. I find what made me even choose it was because I realized that I can actually wear this to more business casual events as well as events that I would actually wear jeans, right? Jeans are a staple piece for me, believe it or not. I'm more of a simple girl, right? I'm more of the, in comparison to the fancy restaurant kind of girl, I'm a hamburger type of girl. Okay. So I actually love the idea of wearing uh, simple pieces, right? Pieces that sort of make the bigger statement in of themselves. And I love wearing jeans, right? I found a way to actually classically wear jeans that fits the can actually fit. I'll say it, business casual aesthetic if jeans were actually allowed. But I found this coat has a way of actually classing up even that trick that I figured works for my goal of being more um, casually chic at the same time. So yes, I'm going to show you the coat in hopes that you can love it as much as I do. I name a lot of things in my closet. I name my wallets. I don't have names for my bags, but I do name my phones. So I'm thinking I might just start naming my coats as well. I should name my blazers. Seems to how I've been through quite a few blazers, and I own quite a few. But in the process of taking down my closet, and right now, since I'm in the process of sort of rebuilding my closet all over again, I think I might consider naming my blazers as well. I plan on having a lot of blazers. Um, Yes. So that's pretty much what I plan on doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you the coats. I might match my coats with my blazers, and well, show you what that's gonna look like. Okay. So right now I'm thinking this is the coat. When I walk forward, I mean it's such a serious. I feel it brings a lot more attention to my aesthetic, right? The aesthetic of a serious Barbie, right? Business Barbie for sure. I know Barbie shouldn't be aesthetically used, but for me, I find that doing serious things sometimes can be daunting. So I find putting a little light into the intention of the goal sometimes makes it easier. So I'm going to show you the coat, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome to my first dialogue. Welcome to the initial, yes, the initial official series of my aesthetics